Hi students, this is Botany PSR. Today we will discuss about family Liliaceae. It is commonly called lily family, whereas Fabaceae commonly called bean family, Solanaceae commonly called potato family, Liliaceae commonly called lily family. It represents a monocot family, that is the previous two families Fabaceae, Solanaceae, those two are dicot families. It is a Liliaceae is a monocot family. What are the vegetative characters? Vegetative characters means root, stem, leaf. Floral characters means inflorescence, flower, calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium, fruit, seed. Those characters we have to explain in floral characters, right? Vegetative characters of Liliaceae. Habit. These are perennial herbs. Herbs means 1 to 3 feet. Perennial means which grow more than 2 years. Which grow 1 year are called annuals. Which grow for 2 years are called biennials. Which grow more than 2 years are called perennials. So, these are perennial herbs. Next, root system. It is a monocot family. That is why fibrous root system is present. What type of root modification do you find in Liliaceae means fasciculated storage roots or fasciculated tuberous roots found in a plant called asparagus. Very, very important point, my dear students. Fasciculated means group, cluster. So, fasciculated storage roots, fasciculated tuberous roots found in asparagus. So, the root modification found in Liliaceae is fasciculated storage roots found in a plant called asparagus. Next, stem. If you observe the stem means underground stem modifications are found. Underground rhizome, example gloriosa. Underground culm, example colchicum. Underground bulb, example onion. Onion means Allium cepa. Okay. So, that is whereas underground stem tuber found in potato, Solanaceae. Here rhizome is found, culm is found, bulb is found. So, different types of underground stem modifications found in Liliaceae family. What are the specialities of leaf characters? Mostly basal, that is from the base of the stem the leaves are raised. Radical leaves in onion. What does it mean, radical leaves? That is the leaves that they appear that they are developing from the roots are so called radical leaves. Actually, they are not developed from the roots, but they appear that they are developing from the roots. Those are so called radical leaves. Radical leaves found in onion. What are radical leaves? The leaves which are concentrically arranged, and the leaves that appear that they are developing from the roots. Appear, not truly developed from the roots. Why? Because here stem is very much reduced into a disc-like structure. In bulb, the stem is discoid stem. Stem is reduced into a disc-like structure or a discoid stem. That's why the leaves appear that they are developing from the roots. Leaves appear that they are developing from the roots. That type of leaves are so called radical leaves found in onion. Alternate phyllotaxy, linear leaves. Leaves are linear, straight. Exstipulate, overall exstipulate condition, that is leaf without stipules is called exstipulate, found both in Solanaceae and Liliaceae, whereas in Fabaceae it is stipulate. What type of stipules do you find in Fabaceae family means pisum, that is foliaceous stipules present. It is a monocot, no. So, what type of venation? Parallel venation. In dicots, leaves show reticulate venation, whereas in monocots, venation is parallel venation. Monocot leaf is also called isobilateral leaf. What does it mean isobilateral? Both upper surface and lower surface both are similar green in color, whereas dicot leaves are dorsiventral leaves. Both Fabaceae and Solanaceae both are dicots. In both Fabaceae and Solanaceae, dorsiventral leaves are present, whereas in monocots, isobilateral leaves are present. Dorsiventral leaves means upper surface is dark green in color, upper surface is dark green in color, lower surface is light green in color. Those are so called dorsiventral leaves found in dicots. Example, Fabaceae, Solanaceae. Liliaceae is a monocot. That's why isobilateral leaves present. Next, inflorescence. What type of inflorescence do you find in Liliaceae? Solitary or cymose. What does it mean solitary? A single flowered inflorescence is called solitary. One flowered inflorescence is called solitary, or it may be cymose. Cymose is also called definite type or limited growth inflorescence. Limited growth inflorescence. Umbel inflorescence found in onion. Umbel means it is a type of racemose. Umbellate flowers in clusters found in onion. So, solitary or cymose, umbellate inflorescence found in onion. What does it mean umbellate? That is, all the flowers develop at single point. Umbel inflorescence, which is a racemose type of inflorescence. What is the characters related to flower? Bisexual, actinomorphic, hypogynous. Bisexual means a flower is having both androecium and gynoecium, that is so called bisexual flower. All the three families are having bisexual flowers only. Actinomorphic. What does it mean actinomorphic? A flower can be cut into two equal halves passing through the center in any vertical plane. Any vertical plane, two equal halves are coming. That is so called actinomorphic. Actinomorphic found in Solanaceae, Liliaceae, whereas in Fabaceae, zygomorphic symmetry present. Next, hypogynous. Hypogynous means thalamus is conical or convex shape and gynoecium is at highest position on thalamus. Hypogynous means what type of ovary do you find? Superior ovary is present. Hypogynous flowers are found in Fabaceae, Solanaceae, Liliaceae. If we observe the flower means in onion, all the stamens are not equal in their size. Variation the length of filaments of stamens within a flower means, example, onion. That is in the morphology chapter, variation the length of filaments of stamens within a flower means brassica, salvia and onion. Here we are discussing about Liliaceae family, no? So that is all the stamens are not equal in their size. All the filaments of stamens are different in their lengths. Example, brassica, salvia, onion. So here we have to discuss about onion. So variation in the length of filaments of stamens within a flower. Example, onion. You understood, my dear students? Right. Now look at, this is the floral diagram. Floral diagram of Liliaceae. Here there are no sepals, no petals. Here we have to call perianth. So if calyx and corolla, what is perianth? If calyx and corolla are not distinct, if calyx and corolla are indistinct, it is so called perianth. The individual members in perianth are called tepals. Don't say sepals, don't say petals. The individual members in perianth are called tepals. So these are tepals. 1, 2, 3. Outer oral 3. Inner oral 1, 2, 3. Total number of tepals 6. Arranged in 3 plus 3. That is how many orals? 2 orals. In each oral how many tepals are present? 3. So perianth. Tepals are 6. Those tepal is attached to another tepal. So 3 plus 3 bracket you have to write. That is fused condition, cohesion. Tepals are fused. So that is tepals show Tepals show both cohesion and adhesion. Tepals show both cohesion and adhesion. That is very tepals. Tepal is attached to another tepal. Cohesion. This tepal is attached to stamens. That is dissimilar parts attachment is so called adhesion. So tepals show both cohesion and adhesion found in which family? Liliaceae. Whereas in Solanaceae, which part will show both cohesion and adhesion? Petals. In Solanaceae, both cohesion and adhesion found in petals. Petal is attached to another petal, and in Solanaceae, that petal is attached to stamen also. So petals show both cohesion and adhesion in Solanaceae. Here tepals show both cohesion and adhesion. Tepals, right? So tepals number 6 arranged in 2 whorls. In each whorl 3 tepals are present. Often united in a tube, they show valvate estivation. Stamens are opposite to tepals. What does it mean opposite? From the middle of the tepal, stamens are formed. That is so called opposite. Stamens are opposite to tepals. So from each tepal, one stamen is attached. So total number of tepals 6. Total number of stamens 6. Tepals arranged in how many whorls? 2. Stamens also arranged in 2 whorls. Right. Andrecium. Number of stamens 6. Arranged in 2 whorls of 3 each. In each whorl how many stamens are present? 3. Total number of stamens 6. 3 plus 3 in 2 whorls. Number of stamens means 6. Number of stamens in each whorl 3. Epitepalous, very important point, my dear students. Epitepalous means that is stamens are attached to tepals. That condition is so called epitepalous, also called epiphyllous. So here in the floral diagram, the line is drawn. A line is drawn above the symbols. This arrow mark indicates epitepalous, also called epiphyllous. Stamens are attached to perianth. Stamens are attached to tepals. Condition called epitepalous, also called epiphyllous. Next, anthers are dithecous, intrors, basifixed, longitudinal descents. These points are similar to Fabaceae, Solanaceae, Liliaceae. So the anthers are dithecous. What does it mean? Dithecous, each stamen is having 2 anther lobes. Di means 2, theca means anther lobes. If a stamen is having 2 anther lobes, that is so called dithecous. Intrors means if the descends towards inner side, if the descends towards gynoecium, it is so called intrors. What is basifixed? The filament is attached to base of the anther, that is so called basifixed. Longitudinal descents. If the descents occurs longitudinally, it is so called longitudinal descents. Anthers are dithecous, intrors, basifixed, longitudinal descents. This is the point related to means all the 3 families Fabaceae, Solanaceae, Liliaceae. Now look at here, my dear students. Tepals arranged how many whorls? 2 whorls. In each whorl how many members present? 3. Inner whorl tepals contain 3. So tepals are arranged how many whorls? 2. In each whorl 3. So that is in each whorl how many members present? 3. That's why the merosity is so called trimerous. Tri means 3. In each whorl 3 members are present. So called trimerous. Total number of whorls means tepals are arranged in 2 whorls. Stamens also arranged in 2 whorls. Gynoecium is in 1 whorl. So 2 plus 1 total 5. 5 means pentacyclic. Tepals in 2 whorls, stamens in 2 whorls, gynoecium in 1 whorl. Okay. Next, gynoecium. This is the gynoecium. So this is one carpel, another carpel, another carpel. So, tricarpillary syncarpous, tricarpillary syncarpous, trilocular ovary, and many ovules on arranged on central axis. Central axis ovules borne means that type of placentation is so called axial placentation. So, many ovules borne on central axis. So, placentation is axial placentation. So, many ovules borne on axial placentation. What type of ovary means? Hypogynous means so called superior ovary. Superior ovary. Okay. So, let us suppose 3 carpels means 3 locules. If a locule contain 10 seeds means, if a locule contain 10 ovules means, total number of seeds means in Liliaceae 10, 10, 10. Total 3 into 10. 30 ovules. 30 ovules later develop into 30 seeds. Like that you have to calculate in numericals. Okay. Number of carpels in Liliaceae 3. Locules 3. Ovules in each locule many. Okay. Next, come here. Gynoecium. Tricarpillary, syncarpous, trilocular, superior ovary. Superior ovary found in all the 3 families: Fabaceae, Solanaceae, Liliaceae. Many ovules born in axial placentation. Overall axial placentation found in Solanaceae, Liliaceae. Swollen axial placentation found in Solanaceae. Whereas in Fabaceae, what type of placentation do you find? Marginal placentation is present. In Fabaceae, marginal placentation is present. Axial placentation found in Solanaceae, Liliaceae. Swollen axial placentation found in Solanaceae. Next, what type of fruit? Capsule or rarely berry. Capsule or rarely berry. In yucca, that is a plant name, that symbiotic pollination occurs by an insect called Tageticola yuccacilla. That is, what is the safest place of laying eggs of insect means in the locules of ovary of yucca plant. Safest place for laying of eggs of Tageticola insect means in the locule of ovary. In the locule of ovary of yucca plant. So, that is, if that insect is not available means life cycle cannot be completed. That type of pollination is so called symbiotic pollination. If for that plant, if insect is not available, what happens? That is, no completion of life cycle. So, that is, symbiotic pollination is by Tageticola yuccacilla in a plant called yucca plant. Yucca is a plant name and insect name is Tageticola yuccacilla. This Tageticola yuccacilla insect lays its eggs, it places its eggs in locules of here. Tageticola yuccacilla lays its eggs in locules of ovary of yucca plant. That is very, very important. Safest place of placing of eggs of insect Tageticola means locules of ovary in yucca plant. Right. Seed, normal condition, generally monocots are endospermic, whereas dicots are non-endospermic except Solanaceae. That is, Solanaceae is endospermic. Polyembryony is found in onion. What does it mean, polyembryony? Generally inside the ovule, only inside the seed, one embryo is present, but many embryos present. That condition is so called polyembryony. Poly means many. Presence of more than one embryo in a seed, presence of many embryos in a seed is called polyembryony. Example, Liliaceae family called, example, onion. Example, onion. Next, floral formula. Br means bracteate, plus a symbol called actinomorphic. Bisexual. P, 3 plus 3. P means perianth. P means perianth. You have to write in the bracket. Why we have to write in bracket? All the tepals are fused, no? Here, one tepal is attached to another tepal. That's why 3 plus 3 bracket. And stamens are not attached to one another. So, that's why 3 plus 3 without bracket. Tricarpillary syncarpous, this a line is present below the G means hypogynous flowers, superior ovary. here you have to write a bracket, here do not write the bracket. Okay, here you have to write bracket. What is the economic importance of liliaceae? Some plants are used as vegetables. Example, asparagus. Some plants are useful in the production of alkaloid called colchicine. This colchicine is obtained from a plant called Colchicum autumnale. That is, seeds of Colchicum autumnale produces colchicine, an alkaloid. Next, ornamental plants in liliaceae, tulip gloriosa. This is very important flower, tulip flowers. Generally, if the flowers are infected with bacteria or virus, those are not having economical value. But tulip flowers, if they are infected with virus, means the more the infection, the more is the economical value for tulip flowers. If the virus is infected more and more, means those tulip flowers will appear more beautiful in color. So that is, more the infection means more is the economical value in tulip flowers. So ornamental plants in liliaceae, tulip gloriosa. Medicinal plants in liliaceae means aloe vera. Medicinal plants means aloe vera. So what are the few points we have discussed in liliaceae means root system, fibrous root system or adventitious root system. Different types of underground stem modifications found, bulb, rhizome, corm. Next one, what type of flowers means actinomorphic, hypogynous flowers. Here no sepals, no petals, tepals present. Tepals how many? 6 tepals. Tepals how many? 6 tepals. Arranged in how many whorls? 2 whorls. In each whorl how many tepals? 3. Stamens also how many number? 6. In each whorl 3. See, this is the long filament, this is the short filament, long filament, short filament. That is, all the stamens in onion flower are not equal in their size. Variation in the length of filaments of stamens within a flower found in onion. Okay. If you observe means, if a imaginary line is drawn in the center of the diagram means, this is the odd tepal. Odd tepal of outer whorl is anterior in position. This is anterior side, no? So odd tepal of outer whorl is anterior. Odd means some part is occupied from right side, another part left side. That is so called odd. Odd tepal of outer whorl is anterior. Whereas here see, this is odd tepal of inner whorl. Odd tepal of inner whorl is posterior. So in the floral diagram, this side is so called anterior side. This side is so called posterior side. Posterior side is represented as dot or circle. So these are the few important epitepalous conditions present. Epipetalous found in Solanaceae. Epitepalous found in Liliaceae. Okay. Now look at here, my dear students. I have to comparison among these 3 families: Fabaceae, Solanaceae, Liliaceae. Nodular roots found in Fabaceae. Solanaceae and Liliaceae, nodular roots are absent. Fasciculated storage roots absent, present only in Liliaceae. Example, that is asparagus. Stipulate condition found in Fabaceae. In Solanaceae and Liliaceae, exstipulate condition present. Stipulate means the leaf with stipules is called stipulate. Without stipules is called exstipulate. Zygomorphic symmetry is present in Fabaceae, whereas in Solanaceae and Liliaceae, actinomorphic symmetry is present. Hypogynous flowers, Solanaceae also hypogynous, Liliaceae also hypogynous. sepals 5, petals 5. Here also sepals 5, petals 5. Here no sepals, no petals. Here we have to say tepals. Total number of tepals 6. Arranged in 2 whorls of 3 each. In each whorl 3. Next, stamens. How many number of stamens are present in Fabaceae flower? 10. Solanaceae 5. Liliaceae 6. Arranged in 2 whorls of 3 each. Carpels. Number of carpels in each Fabaceae flower 1. Solanaceae 2. Liliaceae 3. Try to remember 1, 2, 3. Like that you have to remember. And one more point you have to remember, my dear students. Here normal condition. Here epipetalous. Here in Liliaceae epitepalous. Epipetalous found in Solanaceae. Epitepalous found in Liliaceae. Carpels 1, here 2, here 3. Fruit, legume fruit, berry or capsule, capsule rarely berry. Non-endospermic, here it is endospermic. This is important. Special character. Generally dicots are non-endospermic seeds. The dicot family in which endosperm is present means that is Solanaceae family. This Liliaceae is a monocot. No, monocot means endosperm is present. So that is Fabaceae seeds are non-endospermic seeds. Both Solanaceae and Liliaceae, these are endospermic seeds. Did you understand, my dear students? I hope you understood. So please note down all these points in your notebook. You have to learn the diagram perfectly. Floral diagram. Floral diagram you have to learn first of all. So and then comparative study you have to learn. Okay. So please note down all these points in your notebook and we will meet in the next class.